All right, Joellen, let's take a look at our plantings from last year.
Yeah, last year at this time, it was really hot.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think the season was a little early last year. All of these trees were leafed out.
I do remember that.
And it was hot when we were planting. This year, not the same. It's a lot cooler than it was. And in fact, the trees aren't even finished leafing out.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's a little late in spring, and everything's just showing a little bit behind. But we're gonna go ahead and see how things are going.
Okay, yeah, let's check it out.
Now, you notice there's a lot of spots on there, but the new foliage is what I look at, and it looks good.
Yeah.
In fact, it's actually blooming.
It's a nice flower.
Okay. And then the leaves that are damaged will probably fall off, and the new leaves will come on. But we'll keep watching it, of course.
Okay. Yeah, this is not a bad sign because it's the older leaves.
Older.
You know, as long as the new foliage is fine, then we're good.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Next we have our Yaupon Hollies here, and you notice they aren't as tight because they've grown.
That's right.
So they seem to be very happy in this environment.
So it's working out pretty good for them, huh? For the most part?
It is.
Okay.
It is nice new foliage on them, so I think they're going to be fine. And then next of our spireas. Wow. They've grown quite a bit too.
Filled out.
Really filled out. They must be happy here. But I don't know if you notice it, but there's aphids covering all the new growth because aphids love new growth. But as you can see, there's the predators here too.
That's right.
So we would not spray these because we've got beneficials that are taking care of the aphids, so we don't have to spray.
Good, yeah. Those are the larvae of a lady beetle.
Lady beetles.
And of course they love to eat aphids.
They
so
sure
it's good
do.
to see them. It's good to see them.
Very good. Good sign.
Okay. So overall, what do you think about the plant itself though?
I think it's doing great.
It's doing good. Okay.
And you notice that the flower buds are starting to form on them too.
I see that.
So everything looks good.
Okay.
And well, let's look at the Ogon Sweet Flag.
Okay.
And it's doing fairly well. It's a little worse for wear because, you know, we had a really cold winter.
We did.
So it's reflecting that.
A little tattered.
It's blooming too.
Right.
These blooms, so it's quite healthy and growing.
Okay.
And it will look better as the season progresses.
So we don't have to, you know, come in and trim anything off or cut anything back?
Yeah, I guess you could if you want to, but you really, from a distance, you can't notice it. So I usually don't mess with things, Mother Nature, let them come out and do what they want to do and cover all of that.
Okay.
They look really nice, and they've gotten bigger. Some of them not as big as others, but, you know, overall, they're doing very well.
Okay, good.
And then we have our daylilies, Stella de Oro Daylilies. Boy, have they gotten big since we planted them. They really look good, and they're starting to bloom also. So that's very, very nice.
Nice green leaves.
Very lush. Then we've got our cannas that we transplanted that were here in one clump.
I remember.
We transplanted them into 3 clumps, and they have grown nicely and coming out very well. So that's very encouraging. That transplanting went well. And lastly, we have our Plumbago. Some of them are starting to come out and do very well. Others are kind of behind. We don't see any life coming out of them yet, but it's early.
Right, so no concern,
No concern for now because, you know, even the trees aren't finished being leafed out.
True.
So we just haven't had the warm weather like we had last year.
This is right, yeah, it's definitely been wet and cool.
Wet and cool, which is very unusual for this part of the country. Yeah.
Okay. So overall, what do you think about the plantings?
I'm very pleased. As wet as this bed was when we started and still is, I think everything has done very, very well. We picked wisely and picked some good plants that could stand this kind of environment.
Yeah, well, we followed your lead, so we thank you for the plant selection.
You're welcome.
Because this is definitely soggy ground, right?
Soggy, very soggy.
We do have some weeds growing up, and they look like seedlings from, you know, trees and things like that. So what do you think the best way is to get rid of those?
Well, it could be easy to pull them up because, you know, there's a large, deep layer of mulch here, so they're not rooted in the ground very much.
This is true.
So far. Okay. So you can do that. Or, you know, there's some people that will put glyphosate on a wick and just touch them and that would get rid of them
that's
also.
another option.
So there's just different ways to do that mechanically, or just touch them with a wick of some glyphosate.
Okay, I would agree with that. And again, soggy ground's been moist. I mean, it easily
Easy
can come
to
up.
pull up,
Right,
yeah.
they're ezy to come up there.
And there's not very many of them so far. So.
Not that many. Again, just little seedlings and little annual winter weeds that I see. So it should be fine.
It'll be fun.
All right, so thanks, Joellen. We appreciate that, all right?
No problem.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. To find out more information on this topic, just click on the familyplotgarden.com link in the description.